Hi, I'm Amy Vitala, Chief Learning Officer at MobileMind, and today I want to show you what managing your events looks like in MobileMind. So any of that live PD, whether it's a webinar or face-to-face session or even full-blown conference, can be facilitated and tracked all within MobileMind. So right now we're looking at a teacher's dashboard, and on this dashboard I'll be able to see any of the events that I have coming up that I have been invited to or that are open for me to attend. So I have my Spring into Reading event coming up. I can either click View Calendar here or see the same calendar by clicking on Events at the top tab here. So I'm going to click Events, and you'll see in April I do have that Spring into Reading event coming up. When I click on that, I can see some details such as the date, location, and any description that the presenters or creators of this event have shared. I'm going to go ahead and click on View Details to see a bit more. You'll notice that once the event loads, I'm able to see everything in one place here. I can quickly RSVP. I can see the description. One thing that's super unique to MobileMind is that I'm able to actually assign prerequisite courses as an administrator or as a presenter to an event so that before my teachers get there, they can complete maybe a basic course, for instance, so that you can really maximize that face-to-face time together. You can require courses or even full-blown learning paths prior to the event if you'd like. You can also create a badge with our integrated badge studio in literally less than 10 seconds. So I added a little Spring into Reading badge. Here I used a book icon from our library, but you can also upload your own images to any badge, which is awesome. Any notes, any resources, etc. that you want to link, those would also be here for the teachers, as well as any updates you might send. Maybe there has been a location change or you want to send a reminder before the event. And I can also see here the location of the event. Of course, if this is a virtual event, this would be my Zoom or Meet or Teams link right here. And finally, I just wanted to mention these calendar integrations. So when I do RSVP for events, I can actually choose to integrate my Google or Outlook calendar and then be able to see all of my upcoming events on my main calendar that I use daily. So we talked a little bit about single session events. You can also have full-blown conference events. So teachers are going to be able to create personalized conference schedules on their mobile apps. So if you do have a full-blown conference event, they can swipe to create their own schedules, just like if you were to go to maybe a state or regional or national conference. Additionally, they're going to be able from their phone to access all of the conference information, any updates that are coming up. They can access their resources, they can check in from mobile to make sure they get credit for the event, etc. For any live PD that's coming up, you can choose to send automated reminders to remind participants about things like registration windows closing or the actual event as it is approaching. And once learners get to the event, it's going to be a super simple check-in process. So participants are going to be able to use a QR code and simply enter a join code at the event to mark themselves present and receive credit for that event. Again, whether this is a virtual event, a face-to-face event, a single session, or a full-blown conference, presenters and administrators of the event will be able to have this admin dashboard. This is where you can expand the join code when you're in the event with your teachers. You can filter by who's accepted, who's declined. After the event, you can filter by attendance status. And this is where you can also alter PD credit if necessary. Finally, you'll be able to export the participants and all of the accompanying information about their participation in the event for any session that you run. People use events in MobileMind for anything from, like I mentioned, full-blown conference events to single webinars to in-person PD, maybe lunch and learns or after-school professional learning sessions, or even one-on-one sessions with mentors or coaches. We also hear about MobileMind being used to track PLC meetings. How's the resources for that? MobileMind Events makes it super easy to facilitate and track all of that live PD.